Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to see you here today. My name is Juliet, your PTE tutor that will help you get that PTE score that you desire. In today's video, I'll talk about Read Aloud, the first PTE task. This task will ask us to your speaking module and your reading module. You have about 6 to 7 of this question type in your exam. And you know what? Your score will be determined by your response. That's how well you can read, reading smoothly, reading without pauses and hesitation, and also how well you're able to pronounce a word more like a native speaker. In this video, I will show you how you can read in your PTE exam, and it's going to be smooth, exactly what you're required to do. Now, these are the things that you need to note about the PTE Read Aloud. This task will ask us to both your speaking and your reading module. You have about 6 to 7 of this question type in the PTE exam. And like I said before, this score will be determined by how clearly and smoothly you can read each test and how well you can pronounce the words more like a native speaker. You'll be given a few seconds to prepare to read. That you'll be given the test, then you'll be given a few seconds, like 30 seconds or 35 seconds, to read the test, especially to yourself. I always tell my students to read the test once, at least once, to themselves before they hear the beep. And once you hear the beep, you begin to read clearly, loudly, smoothly, like in a reading. That is how the PTE Read Aloud is accepted to work. Now, this is a typical example I'm going to be saying here. You're going to hear a beep and then you begin to read. Akimbo, this must be one of the other looking words in the language and puzzles us in part because it doesn't seem to have any relatives. What's more, it is now virtually a fossil word until recently almost invariably found in arms akimbo, a posture in which a person stands with hands on hips and elbows sharply bent outward, one signaling impatience, hostility, or contempt. You see, I read the text clearly, smoothly, without long pauses or hesitations. I didn't read it too fast, I didn't read it too slow. So this is an example of how you're going to read in your PTE exam. That is why you're given 35 seconds to practice. And I said earlier on, if you recall, that you should read it first to yourself, at least once, before you hear the beep and you begin to speak into the microphone. Straight to the point, read it so clearly. Don't hesitate. You can hear me having some pauses, but those pauses are very short pauses. So that's how you're going to read it, and it's easy. Now this is another example. If you hear the beep, as you will soon hear, then you begin to speak into the microphone. Yellow is considered as most optimistic color, yet surprisingly, people lose their tempers more often in yellow rooms and babies cry more in them. The reason may be that yellow is the hardest color for eyes to take in, so it can be overpowering if overused. The only places I paused were places with punctuations like commas, full stop, but these pauses are really short pauses that if you do not listen very well, you may not even hear them. Another thing you'll notice from the way I have read today is that I didn't start, stop, and start reading again. This is because if I do that, I'm going to lose a lot of points. It's not going to fetch me a very good score. So once you begin to read, just continue to read and you get your score. Do not take long pauses. Do not hesitate. Do not say yellow is considered the most optimistic color. If you do that, you're going to be losing a lot of scores. Even if you're going to take pauses, do not take long pauses. For instance, yellow is considered as the most optimistic color. Yet surprisingly, no, you don't read that way. Once you read that way, you're not going to get that score that you desire in your PTE exam. Okay, this brings me to the end of this video. If you follow me through this video, that is every step I have given to you on how to go about the PTE Read Aloud, then you'll be very certain to get that score that you need for the PTE speaking. Remember to follow me on Instagram at English_prep class and on Facebook at English Prep Class. These social media handles have quality content that will help you as you prepare for your PTE journey. Click the subscribe button if you're new here so you can get new video notification from me once I upload any video. It's good to have you again here. I remain your girl, Juliet, your PTE tutor. See you in my next interesting video. Okay guys, bye!